bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. That is Marley Bets. I am the coach, and we are Brothas N Bets. We appreciate everybody tuning in on this Thursday 1:00 special show when we got Houston versus Philly going down in the sports world all day long. And if we want to talk about Facebook, we do got a Texas versus Philly thing going on with our great uncle Charleston White, our brethren from up north, and Gilly the Kid. But let's keep this train moving, man. Let's get on to the next game. And we're talking about the Vikings versus the Commanders. Let me pull my notes up real quick. This is going to be a early morning game on Sunday. 1:00 Eastern Standard Time at FedEx Field. We're talking about the Minnesota Vikings, a surprising 6-1 on the year, 3-4 against the spread, going against the Commanders, who are having quarterback issues, 4-4 on the year, 4-4 against the spread. This line actually opened up in favor of the Vikings -2.5. Some money's been coming in. It's around now sitting at 3.5. There are some threes out there on the board as well. The total opened up at 44.5 right now. That line's sitting at 43, so it has gone down a whole point. Get to these actual factuals real quick for the Vikings. They are 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. The total's gone over 4 out of the last 5 games. They are 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games. They're also 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against Washington. The total's also gone over 10 out of the last 14 games on the road. 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games against an NFC conference opponent. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games against an NFC East division opponent. Washington. The total has gone under 5 out of the last 6 games. And it's also gone over 6 out of the last 7 games against the Vikings. It's also gone under 7 out of the last 9 games at the crib. But the 3-7 straight up in the last 10 games against an opponent from the NFC conference. They are 3-6 straight up in the last 9 games against an NFC North division opponent. 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games when playing in the month of November, and 2-10 against the spread in the last 12 games against an opponent in week 9. Injury reports for these Vikings. Jonathan Bullard, defensive end, he's questionable for this game. Defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson, he left last game, so he's questionable. New acquisition acquired TJ Hawkinson is questionable. Shout out to TJ. He is on my fantasy, but I'm not going to play him because he's new to the system. And that is it right now for the Vikings injury reports. For the Redskins, for the Commanders, linebacker David Mayo, he's questionable for this game. Running back DJ McKissick, he's questionable as well. Linebacker Cole McComb, he's questionable. Wide receiver Brown, he's questionable. Jahad Dotson, he's questionable for this game. Tight end Cole Turner is questionable for this game as well. Last week, we saw the Vikings win 34-26 against the Arizona Cardinals, and we saw Washington get that victory against the Indianapolis Colts 17-16. So, with that being said, Vikings Commanders, this line looks fishy, but Marley, what's your play?
Does look a little fishy, man.
It looks fishy.
It does. And I don't think the Commanders are as bad as their reputation says. They've looked a lot better with Heineke since Heineke took over, since Carson Wentz got hurt. They won 3 straight, but I go back and I look at the 3 games they won. It was Chicago, Green Bay, and Indy. So, I'm not impressed by that. I don't know how much that necessarily counts. Yeah, they look good against some bad teams. I won't even say they look good. They've looked decent against some bad teams. But you do got, they are at home. Vikings are on the road. But I like the Vikings here. They're definitely the better team. I don't take teams with, I say this all the time, negative point differential. Washington's only scoring 17 points a game, giving up 21. There's your cover if everything just stays as is. The Vikings are averaging 24 points and giving up 20. So, and they're also on a 5-game win streak. They haven't beat the best teams neither, but they did beat I think a decent Arizona team with DeAndre Hopkins back, and they did go into Miami and beat Miami. The rest of the games have been at home, so of that 5-game win streak. So I still like.
Back to work.
Damn, is that me?
Back to
It
work.
is you. What the hell?
Dang, fucking tabs opened up. But yeah, man, I'm not. This isn't a big primetime game, so there's no reason to fear Kirk Cousins. I think he's gonna come to deliver. It's Monday night, Sunday night. We got to worry about Kirk Cousins on a primetime stage, and he's been playing pretty good football up until this point. I think that continues. I think that the new coordinator, new head coach from San Fran, if I'm not mistaken, has the offense looking better and playing better. So I'm still on the Vikings train here. I'll take the 3.5. I think they win by 4 or more, probably by a touchdown, but I think they cover the 3.5 just because Washington can't score.
I got you. I got you. Well, Marley likes 3.5 as official play. As for myself, I like the first half money line and the Vikings to cover the spread for the full game. This team is the better team. If they get Hawkinson in the mix, there's their answer at the tight end position. But my biggest question is, when is Justin Jefferson go get in the end zone, baby? We only seen the gritty, week 2, week 1? We ain't seen it since. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they've been winning, but when we gonna get it? Hopefully we can get him in the end zone this week. I like the balance, the way this Vikings team is balanced. Hopefully Thielen is healthy to play. He's not on an injury report that's been put out, but so that may be a great thing. But I'm right there with you. I like this Vikings team. I like the way they've been playing defense. I did have them on my fantasy. I picked up their defense early in the season, but they was just nutting up. I mean, and they gave up 26 last week against the Cardinals. But anywho, first half Vikings, money line and full game is my play.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.